So I've been getting the nudge to exercise my muscles more lately. And yeah, I don't I don't love exercising. I don't love it. Yeah, especially in the evening, if the whole day's gone and I've gotten to the end of the day and I would like to eat a bowl of cereal and watch Father Brown Mysteries. I would. Father Brown, if you haven't checked it out, it is some quality British murder mystery. You've got your Cotswolds village, you've got an unusually high murder rate for a small village component going on, you've got coziness, you've got Ronald Weasley's dad as Father Brown, Dr. Brown, the soda. Anyway, I don't love exercising. I don't. And so I tell myself, well, just do 25 push-ups a day. And that's all you got to do. But then like I'll be in my bathrobe in the kitchen and who wants to do push-ups in a bathrobe? I don't. So I I was talking to a student about this because I was talking about how we were talking about one little exercise to unify head voice and chest voice. And I showed her this exercise and I said, if you do this literally 4 minutes a day, 6 days a week, um, this will change in a couple of weeks. You'll see it change. 4 minutes a day. And so what is that? 4 times 6 is 24? Okay. So look, 4 minutes a day, you think that couldn't be anything. But over 2 weeks, that's 48 minutes of practice. Just 4 minutes a day, with a day off. I think I did the math right. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's stunning what we can do if we give ourselves just the permission to do tiny little things. So I was telling the student that, and I thought, I'm the same way about exercise. I tell myself, well, I don't have the equipment. I don't have an hour to work out. I don't have, this is what I do. And then what difference would 4 minutes make as a singer? What difference would a small amount of push-ups make? So I said, I could do 5 push-ups. And so I thought, you know what? I'll do 5 push-ups. I'm in the lesson. I just drop down to the floor and I do 5 push-ups. The next day I did 6. The next day I did 7. The next day I did 8. So your brain is like, what possible difference could 8 push-ups make? This is an idea from James Clear's his book Atomic Habits, where he says if a plane is on the tarmac at LAX in Los Angeles, the difference of 2 degrees, just 2 degrees difference in where the nose is pointing, is the difference between landing in New York City and Washington, D.C. 2 degrees of difference. So small changes over time make a huge, huge difference. I was actually looking at a guitar that I bought in 2002 that's been sitting in the closet at home. I don't plan to learn to play the guitar, but I did think to myself, goodness, if I had actually practiced guitar for 15 minutes a day starting 20 years ago, I'd probably be decent at guitar now. I don't have the desire to play the guitar. I'm saving it for my boys, but it is crazy to look back and say, whoa, I bought that guitar 20 years ago, and that's 20 years that have gone by that I haven't played it. Good thing that I don't have a passion or regret about my guitar skill, but there might be something that you do have a real passion about that you are back burnering. Like, for instance, today I had written down, I'm going to write for an hour. I'm writing this book called Show Tune Recovery, and it's important to me, and so I dedicate some time, but I had this written down to start writing at 10 a.m. and around 9:58, goodness, there were all kinds of projects in the house that I could get done. Anything I could do besides writing. So it's interesting how resistance will show up. And my brain was also like, really, you're just I had an hour set out. I probably wrote for about 45 minutes of that hour. And my brain says, well, that wasn't a lot. But I go back through the manuscript that I'm writing, and I look in there, and that is representative of lots of 20-minute to 45-minute sessions of sitting down and writing, and they accumulate over time. We don't want to accumulate things over time. We want sudden results. Our brain wants instant, magical results. And that's not where the gold is. So as a singer, the terrific thing is, as a singer, your voice is with you at all times. You don't have to pull out the guitar out of the closet and tune it. Like, that's the thing. I didn't love equipment. I was like, I've got to tune this. I don't want to. I can't be bothered. Yeah, so anyway. But your voice is with you at all times, and you can practice almost anywhere. I could sit in this car right now, and I could think through a lyric, and I could let my imagination play around with the images of a lyric and deepen what that lyric means to me. I can be walking down the sidewalk, and I can be coordinating breath management. I can be practicing how to move my breath depending on the song and the style. I could, in the shower. I mean, I can go full Palace Theater in the shower. So there are so many ways that you can accumulate time, coordination, integration. And just sit down and do the math. If you were to practice that thing, give it 7 minutes a day. What if you did that 7 minutes a day, 6 days a week, and even gave yourself 2 weeks off, 50 weeks? Do that math, because I'm not going to do it right here. But do the math, because it's crazy what 7 minutes a day will add up to as a singer and as a storyteller. And you're also telling yourself that this is worth it, and one day I will need this coordination to be ready for me. The thing that's terrible is that you could have a dream to do a certain role, or to perform at a certain theater, or in a certain kind of venue, and the opportunity could come for that audition, that meeting, the time where you can be ready to demonstrate your skill to step into that dream. And what would be tragic is if you didn't put in the 7 minutes a day that would prepare you for that dream. And I'm talking to myself too, because there are a few things that I'm dreaming about that I want to be ready for. And my brain says, well, the likelihood of that opportunity arising is small. You can visualize yourself as sort of outside the circle of availability or access to a certain thing. But I'm going to be ready. I will be ready for these opportunities, because getting ready for them, it's worth doing it just to do it, whether or not you ever get the opportunity that you dream of. But the thing is, if you prepare yourself for that opportunity, who knows what opportunities may come that are a complete surprise, and maybe even something better than you could ever have cooked up. That has been my experience. You ask for the specific thing, you dream about the specific thing, and before you know it, a surprise will pop up. When my life really fell apart, I started saying this. I started saying, I would rather have God's plans. That's not what I said at all. But let me do this again. I would have God's plans, yes. But what I said was, I would rather have God's surprises than my plans. They've always proven to be sweeter, more wonderful, and more satisfying than anything I could have cooked up on my own. I still cook up my stuff. I still say, hey, God, I think this would be great. I think this would be great for me. You know better than I know. And I want to tell you what I want. And then I'm going to let it go into your hands. So, 5 push-ups, 6 push-ups, 7 push-ups, 8 push-ups. just tell yourself, I'm just going to do this for 5 minutes. I'm just going to think about this lyric for 5 minutes. I'm just going to sing this crazy exercise for 5 minutes. I'm just going to work on this mixed belt exercise for 5 minutes that I know what to do. I'm going to Google these theaters for 5 minutes. Yeah. Little tiny pockets over time, they make a huge difference. And they also show yourself, they show you that you show up for you. So you're worth that. You are worth that. God only made one of you. There is only one you. And let's cultivate and be ready to share the story that only you can sing, that only I can sing. Yeah. Think about some of your most favorite singers, the people who've moved and touched your life the most, or writers, any artist who has impacted your life. What if that artist decided that they didn't want to share their voice? You would not have that blessing in your life. So do your work. Maybe your point of view and your voice and your story is something that somebody else will treasure, and it will change the trajectory of their life too. Oh, trajectory, see? Boop, boop. Plane in LA. Okay, it's my turn at the Warren Elementary School to pick up this child. So, have a great day. Go sing, and God bless.